happy and cheerful morning to all my dear students. I hope you all are fine at home and taking care of your health. So we are back with our English class today and we will start with a new chapter. That is, what is it? Chapter number 12, The Selfish Giant. Now this is a new story that we are going to begin. This is about a giant man. Now we have learned what is giant means. A very huge, tall man who doesn't look normal. Okay? So this is also a story of a giant man who was very selfish. Okay? वो selfish था and उसे share करना बिल्कुल पसंद नहीं था. He always used to feel that I should not share anything with anyone. He had a huge castle in which he lived. So उसके पास एक बहुत बड़ा castle था जिसमें वो रहता था and there was a garden in it as well. But he did not allow anyone to play. He did not allow the children to enter the garden because he was a selfish person and he thought I do not like to share anything with anyone. But something happened that the selfish giant became a generous giant, became a good person. Okay? So what happened? That we will find out in our story. So let us begin.
Giant. The giant's castle has a huge garden. It has many flowers. Every afternoon, children of the village play in the garden.
What fun we have in this garden! But what happens when the giant comes back? Well, the giant has gone to visit his friends, and it has been many years. Let us hope he never comes back.
One day, the giant comes back. He sees the children playing in the garden. He is...
Okay. Now see, this is the giant. And he's a very angry person. So what happened? All these children were playing in his garden. Now how? See, the giant has gone to his friend's place. वो giant जो है वो अपने friend के घर गया था for some months. So the children thought, let us play in the garden, because whenever he is in his castle, he does not allow anyone to play in this. So what has happened? Finally the giant is back. Now what do you think? How will he react? We can see he is very angry. Let's see what he does.
He's very angry.
What are you doing here? This is my garden. I will not allow you all to play here.
So he builds a high wall all around the garden and puts a notice at the gate. You see, he is a selfish giant.
So what happened? The giant came and he was very angry and he said, what are you doing over here? I will not allow anyone to play in this garden. So all the children ran away. They were scared. Then the giant built a huge wall so that no one can enter the garden. Giant ने क्या किया? उसने एक बहुत बड़ी wall बना दी ताकि कोई भी बच्चे इसमें enter नहीं कर पाए. And wrote, trespassers will be prosecuted. Now let's see what happens next.
The children have nowhere to play now.
How happy we were there!
Then spring comes. The whole country blooms with flowers, except for the giant's garden. Spring does not visit his garden.
I cannot understand why spring is so late in my garden.
The only people who live in his garden are frost and snow.
Now what happens? As time passed, so spring season came and we all know that beautiful flowers come in the spring season So the giant was also expecting that उसका garden भी बहुत सारे beautiful flowers से भर जाएगा. But it didn't came. कोई flowers आए ही नहीं. And see, there is snow all around. So he was very saddened. He was very sad to see why there is no flowers.
Spring has forgotten this garden. We can live here all the year round.
The giant is sad. He waits for spring, but spring does not come. One day, he hears lovely music from the garden. He comes out of his castle and sees a little bird on a tree, singing a beautiful song.
Oh, what lovely music! I think spring has come at last.
He peeps out of the window and sees a lovely sight. He sees...
Now, what has happened? Finally, the spring season has come to the selfish giant's garden. And there are flowers all around. सब जगह flowers हैं. Then he hears that there is a bird. Okay? उन्हें एक bird की आवाज आती है. And he comes and he saw that wow, finally the spring season has come in my garden. But he saw there are so many children who are playing in the garden again. Now the wall was constructed. Giant ने तो क्या किया था? उसने तो wall बना दी थी. But still the children has come. And the flowers has also come. So how do you think did the spring season come again in the selfish giant's garden? आपको क्या लगता है कि finally giant के garden में spring season कैसे आ गया? We will find out in the next class. Think about it, what can happen? Now, till that, we will discuss few questions.
Answer these questions.
How did the giant react on seeing children play in his garden? So what he did? When the giant saw the children playing in his garden, he got angry and built a wall around the garden. So, giant ने कैसे react किया था? He was very angry and he decided to build a wall. What did the notice put up by the selfish giant say? Wall तो बना दी and उस पे एक notice भी लगाया था. So, उस पे क्या लिखा था? It was, the notice on the gate says, trespassers will be prosecuted. Okay? Who lived in the giant's garden when spring visits the whole country? Now, जब spring season पूरी country में था and सब जगह beautiful flowers थे, तो giant के garden में कौन था? Snow and frost lived in the giant's garden when spring visits the whole country. So, snow थी. सिर्फ snow से covered था, right? So, this was it. Then we will quickly discuss one more. The giant was the owner of a dash. So the options are huge castle and its garden, high wall or unnoticed board. So giant किसका owner था? Giant was the owner of a huge castle and its garden. The giant became very angry when dashed. So, giant को कब गुस्सा आया था? Giant became very angry when he saw children playing in his garden. The giant built a dash and put a dash. So, giant ने क्या build किया था? Giant ने एक high wall को build की थी. Okay, where? Around the garden and put a dash. And उसने क्या put up किया था? A notice board. So we will continue the remaining story in the next class. Till that,